I inked in my drawing. So I just drew over my pencil lines, and then I rubbed out the pencil lines, so it's just the ink lines left. So what I've done here on some bits, like you can see here, they're a bit thicker, so I've just sort of drawn around them again, like this sort of thing. So you can do sort of outlines slightly darker, like you can see this sign is slightly darker, so that's why some lines are darker than others, and like you can see I've just sort of like drawn some darker bits there and stuff, but I just drew around it really. So yeah, you need a waterproof pen to do this, and this is they normally say these are called fine liner pens because they've got like fine nibs on. This is an put my hand behind you. This is an 03 size, I think. But yeah, so you just have to check that it says waterproof on it, and that one does. There's different makes. You can pick one of these up probably from Hobbycraft or on Amazon for under £2, and this is a 0.5, and that's also water resistant as well. So yeah, so I'm just going to put down the basic colours for everything. Just one colour for everything, like green hedge, red roof, brown earth, and then it's ready for doing details. I'll do a bit of a time lapse now. All right there. Yeah, I'm just going to show you how to add a bit more detail to, if you've got one flat colour like this, how to make that drawing look, or the paint there look a bit more 3D by putting a shadow under the tiles. You see we've put the shadow under here, under there, and it adds quite a lot of depth to it. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to time lapse the whole thing and hopefully finish it. So let me show you. So let's mix a slightly darker red then to do the shadows. What I would do is so get some darker red like this, and then put a bit of brown in it, just to make it more of a shadowy red rather than a. Let's put some brown in there. That will probably do actually. So it just makes the red slightly darker. Maybe put a bit more. And that's it really. So I'll show you now. So yeah, what you got to do is like where the tile overlaps, just paint a bit of the darker colour like this underneath it. And then it just makes it more 3D, so it's like the shadow is being cast by the tile. That's how you do that. Okay, so another one here. So we can make that red a bit darker actually, put some more brown in there. Just making it sort of reddy brown, there you go, that's better. And this just adds a bit more depth, so you're just putting a shadow under there. Show that it's on top of the thing underneath it. That sounds pretty obvious, but you know what I mean. Here you go, and then you can actually put a bit of shadow on where there's lines like that, because it just makes it pop a bit more. There you go. So you can see already that looks kind of more 3D. So I'll probably put a bit there as well. I think that's. But you can kind of go over the lines a bit actually. I might paint that in and like that. There you go. That's kind of it really. And then I might make the edge here darker because it's not catching the light. So, and then the edge here as well, I guess. So that's it. There you go. That's nice. And now I'll just do a bit on that red tank there as well. Look, so you can just paint over the lines like this a bit. And it just makes it look a bit, makes it see it's a bit 3D, and then put a little bit of red here to show you that that's shadow as well. And that can probably all be colours in there. So just make it, so you can make it shadow there, so it's like halfway up. There you go. That's what you got to do really. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And then I might actually paint that little chair in red there. think that's kind of it for that. And then, so now I'm just going to do the same kind of thing, like one colour then a shadow. So let me show you one more thing. I'll show you one more thing, the hay bales. Let's do those. So I'm just going to, got a brown, well, I'm going to show you this brown, straw brown colour here. It's had a bit of yellow to it. And I'm just going to use that as the shadow of the yellow, so it's more of a golden brown, I guess. So all you've got to do with this is just, I'm just going to paint it on these sides here, because they're in shadow. And then maybe a bit under, like with the others, like this is show this is in front of it, so you can put a shadow there. And you can even put a shadow here, and then maybe these bale bits like this can have a bit going up like that. And I think that's what you've got to do, really. And then you can just do that. And that looks pretty cool. I think just leave it like that, really. And we could do this, so it's more of a straight line. I guess we could go onto this chest, this crate here, so if the light's coming from above, that's the lightest area. And these are dark here, so if we paint that in darker there, over the top, so it's kind of the same colour but over the top. Okay, that was pretty 3D. And then you could even go in and do some of these little details, just, you know, show that they're on top like that. There you go. That's kind of what you got to do. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to time lapse it now because I want to get this finished, so. But that's all I'm going to be doing, so. See you in a bit. Alright then, so yeah, we've painted a lot of the detail in now, and so I painted all the fence in one colour and then went over again with a slightly darker one to get that, if you're wondering how I did that. I mean, I've taken the tape off. You can see I took the masking tape off around the edge, and it looks really nice now. But you kind of, maybe I took it off a bit early, maybe I'll probably finish the paint first just in case, so I've got flicks of paint on it like there is down here, but I just wanted to, I couldn't wait. I was impatient. I took the tape off. Anyway, but so all I've got to do now is finish the chimney, the pumpkins, no, the watermelons. I mean, I might do a bit more to the rabbit maybe, and then his magazine, a bit on the sign, and there's some paint missing over here, and that's it. And it's done then, I think. Yeah. All right. Do some time lapse. Okay, so I think I've painted all the sort of more shadows and painted all the things that I like, the melons and stuff, the chimney. But I kept it pretty simple with the chimney, really. This is orange and pink, really. All right, so what I'm going to do now, though, I'm just going to do a few last finishing touches, because basically the point of this sign is that the animals have taken over, or the chickens have taken over, and they've or this chicken is taken over, and so that name, Pa's name, is supposed to be crossed out. So I'm just going to get a red felt tip and do this because it's going to look better than watercolour. So I'm just going to do that. So just do this. So it's like Pa's is crossed out. So I'm going to do that first because I'm not going to put more water on this. So now I'm just going to ink, and I might just go in with a few details with the marker, just to sort of just finish it off a bit. And I might even do some white acrylic but the Peter Rabbit here, because he's got quite a dark fur and stuff, he needs to have better outline around him so you can actually read him better. So if I draw around him a bit more, because otherwise you can't really see it. Wow, this pen's run out. That's better. Alright, so I'm just going to make Peter Rabbit look a bit more like Peter Rabbit, so you can see his features a bit more. So he's got his... So I'm just drawing, because when we're painting over the ink it's less vibrant, so I'm just going back in and just making it a bit darker so you can make him out a bit better, because he just looks like a splodge otherwise. So I'm just going to go in, bring back some of that detail we've lost because we've been painting over it. There we go. There he is. So that looks better. And I'm just going to go around and do that with a few details. Like we've got Mimi having a cup of tea over here, so I'm going to need to I'm just going to ink round her a bit more because she's kind of the details are a bit lost. So the eyes, if we make those darker, then they would pop out better. There you go. That's much better. So yeah, I'm just going back and making some of the lines a bit thicker and darker. Like I suggest going around the outside a bit more rather than the inside. Well, see, if you think as a head as a separate object to the body, it would have a dark line around the bottom of the head, and the arm as well. It's different parts, so you can put a dark line under there. It just emphasises the shadows a bit. You see that looks much better already. You can see a bit more. So I'm just going. I mean, this is more of a style thing because I like to do different thicknesses of lines and things. So yeah, where this wheel is overlapping the red, you can make it really thick here because it really sort of sells the fact that it's more 3D. So I'm just chunking this up a bit. So I'm scribbling around the outside a bit, and I'll do the same with the other wheel as well. Let's move you out a bit because I can't reach. And this needs to be a bit darker because it's kind of in front of him, but it's kind of lost a bit. It's like the sort of mud guard, I suppose. Alright, so that needs to be quite dark underneath that. Where my pen's going? Just to make it look a bit more like there's a shadow under there. So I'm just selling. It just makes it pop a bit more. Well, it adds more. It's called contrast. You just add more shadow to things, and it makes the lighter bits look like lighter and the darker bits look darker, basically. So as well. And I want it to be quite thick around the bottom here as well, so I'm just going to do that. I'm scribbling really. There we go. So it just makes it look a bit more chunky. And then, to show this is above it, we could do a little crease in the wheel to show that it's kind of squidgy like this. And that kind of sell it a bit more. There you go, and I could do the same one. Actually, I won't do the same on this one. I'm just going to go on the inside of the wheel a bit more, maybe on that one as well. There you go. So what other details? It's just to make any other details I could make pop a bit more. Let's have a look. No, I think that's kind of it really then. Well, yeah, it's the thing with doing illustrations. At some point you have to finish, because if I keep going over too much, you just lose all the detail. So I might just go around the bottom of their arms. I think that's it.